Hey everyone, Meteorologist Emery here. Excuse me, for the Fox 19 First Alert streaming show 19 at noon, sponsored by Cost Saver. Hi everyone, apologies for the slight delay there. It's really hard to turn around after doing the 11 o'clock show right to do 19 at noon. But we're here. We're live anywhere you stream. Excuse me, need a water today. It's almost like we're going into drier air, which we have drier air in the 7-day forecast. Humid today though, and we are looking at maybe the potential for a few sprinkles, light showers this afternoon for our eastern counties. Otherwise, we've got a dry 7-day forecast at hand. But we're going to talk about that updated 7-day. I just updated it, and then also looking at the latest conditions, looking at the latest on Debbie, and then also all the weekend plans we've got going on. We've got you covered with what to expect temperature-wise as well as humidity-wise here in the Fox 19 Now viewing area. So, hi everyone, we're live again wherever you stream, the 24/7 weather streaming channel, Facebook, both on the Fox 19 Facebook page and my Facebook page at Ethan Emery WX. We're live on fox19.com and the Fox 19 News and First Alert weather apps, and we're live on YouTube. Eventually, you'll be able to chat on YouTube, but for right now, it is just to watch for the time being. Kind of hard to juggle looking at the chat on Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. But we're going to get there eventually. Right now, though, you can see a lot of cloud cover here in the Fox 19 Now viewing area. Now, this cloud cover right now is not associated with Debbie. We will see some cloud cover associated with Debbie later today for our southeastern counties. But when it comes to the rain chances, it's not from Debbie. It's due to a kind of a wave of energy that's kind of here in the region. We call it a trough. So it's not necessarily a front, but it has enough to enough energy for it to develop and be a few showers with it at best. Excuse me, I need to get a drink of water. I apologize. But this is a live look on our our rooftop camera here in Queensgate, looking towards Paycor Stadium and then also downtown Cincinnati. There we go, a little bit better now, and you can see there, beautiful view, as always, but we do have a lot of cloud cover, and it looks like the camera froze. Those cars aren't stopping completely. Not sure why it looks like that. Our Newport Levee camera, well, we're having, maybe it's a slight delay here with the camera, but we are looking at, again, a lot of cloud cover here in the Fox 19 Now viewing area, and some sunshine filtering through. Well, might need to talk to the engineers about this one. Not sure what's going on with that camera, but we'll move on. Our traffic here across the tri-state, you can see there's no major issues or concerns, so that's good on that front. And right now on radar, we are looking at, again, quiet conditions in the tri-state. Radar and satellite, you can see we do have some cloud cover moving into our south and east, and this cloud cover here is directly associated with Debbie. As you can see, as we zoom it out, you can see there is the outer bands from Debbie, this rain here in Virginia. There's that outer band moving into southern West Virginia. And it could bring in maybe a few sprinkles, light showers for those folks there. But consider that we are on the west side of the Appalachian Mountain region. Or not even, most of the tri-state not under the Appalachian region, technically speaking on a geographical standpoint. But we are behind the Appalachian Mountain region from this vantage point, from the tropical system. I bring that up to say that because some folks might be saying it's the rain we could see this afternoon could be due to Debbie. That's not the case, because you got to consider this moisture has to ride over those mountains, and as it does that, it's going to dry out some of that moisture. But we will see the cloud cover from it, as we currently are. But you see right here, this right here, this little line of clouds developing, that's from that wave of energy, which could spark a few showers for our eastern counties later today. I'll show you that in the forecast model data in just a moment. But right now, temperatures kind of warm, 82 here this hour in Cincinnati, 77 up towards Pittsburgh, 85 into Nashville, a little bit cooler from the rain, obviously, over towards Charlotte, 73 down there. And the dew points, the measure of the moisture in the air. Okay, we've got some data issues. The dew points are in the upper 60s and low 70s. This should show you some color, but it's not right now. Temperatures are into the upper 70s and low 80s, 82 at CVG, 77 up in Wilmington, 79 in Batesville. And the dew points here in the Fox 19 Now viewing area, all in the low 70s with the exception of Middletown and Harrison, pretty close at 68. You factor in that, it feels like the mid-80s for much of the Fox 19 now viewing area, and the winds are fairly light at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. So today's high, I knocked it down from what Catherine was showing you earlier today. I got it to around 87, and that's because of that cloud cover. It's a little bit thicker than what we had forecast yesterday, but still looking to be a pretty warm day. I mean, it's already 82, so we've got some time before we get into, the afternoon hours. I have a little bit of a network issue here for some reason. So hopefully we're staying on here on 19 at noon. Let me know if you're able to hear me and see me on Facebook, just because we're having, I'm not sure what's going on here. But we have 87, again, for the forecast high today. A lot of cloud cover. 85 at 5 o'clock. By 9 p.m., we're at 79 degrees. And if you are traveling across the region, we do have some rain chances over towards Columbus, Cleveland, even down towards Lexington, a few shower chances. And again, that's all part of that line of energy that could impact our eastern counties. We call it a trough. The trough is going to dig its way into central Ohio. So the Scioto Valley has the best opportunity to see some rain chances today, and our far eastern counties are kind of in that realm. Highland, Adams, Lewis, Mason counties are kind of in that fringe of that region. South central Ohio, northeast Kentucky. So we'll go ahead and move it now to our forecast model. And again, we do have those clouds associated with Debbie, but you'll see the rain spark up right there. So this is around 5 o'clock or so. There's that line extending its way through. This is from that trough. And the cloud cover, again, is from Debbie, but the rain aspect is coming from the trough. But it's not going to be anything of major concern. At best, it's just going to be a few light showers. I know this is trying to indicate downpours, but I don't see that, just all things considered. But if you are in Wilmington, Hillsborough, Georgetown, Mount Olivet, Maysville, West Union, Vanceburg, those areas could see the potential for a few light showers. And with that, those areas are most desperate for rain. And this just got issued today. So this is from this morning around 8 a.m. The drought monitor not really changed all that much. So we still have moderate drought conditions to our southeastern area, so Robertson, Mason counties, still to our eastern counties, Clinton, Highland, Adams counties, and then also over towards eastern Hamilton, western Claremont, Boone, Kenton, Campbell counties, moderate drought conditions there as well. So, my mom just texted me saying that, hey, I am live. It's just hard to tell because our computers are acting a little weird today. But the good news is that we do have maybe some light rain for those areas that need it most. But otherwise, the forecast is going to be dry and much drier going into Friday afternoon. Here's that muggy meter. You can see that the numbers continue to go down. So the line indicates where the dew points are going to be. So we kind of categorize it based on what the dew point is. Dew point is the best way to measure moisture in the air. And so when you have dew points like today near 70, that's on the fringe of very humid air. And so today, yeah, it's going to get close to be pretty humid. But we go into tonight, into tomorrow, still humid. But by Friday afternoon, we are looking at a front passing through. Some much cooler air moves in, and those dew points do fall into the 50s. So low to mid 50s, and even some spots could see dew points in the upper 40s going into this weekend. So looking very pleasant in that regard. And you'll see here on a regional model that the majority of the 7-day forecast does look dry. Now, there are going to be some opportunities for rain in the region, but for us, it's just too low to even mention with regards to a rain chance. So there it is this afternoon, that rain chance to our east. We go into our Friday, quiet as could be. We go into Saturday and Sunday, still looks quiet, mostly sunny. Maybe a few clouds in the afternoon with the daytime heating. And then we go into Monday. Things also look quiet for the morning. Take a pause real quick because, again, I did want to ask if anybody was able to see us or hear us on Facebook. Not seeing any comments on our Facebook page, or at least the Fox 19 Facebook page. Obviously, we don't have anybody commenting on the YouTube channel yet. I'll look at my Facebook page real quick to see if anyone can see me there. So, because we've got a lot going on here at Fox 19. We've got the Bengals coming up here on On Saturday, we got that live on Fox 19. Hey, one of my good friends, Emma. We can see and hear you. Thank you, bestie. And also, congratulations. I want to be in your wedding this fall. Angie says, I can see and hear you. Vonda says, hi. Rachel says, yeah. So everyone can hear me. We're good to go. That's good to see. Okay, we'll move right along then. So no severe threats this week. That's some encouraging news. And the rain opportunities today will be mainly to our east, and it looks to be fairly light in that regard. We go into Monday, and you'll see here we do have some clouds increasing through the day. Part of that's because of the heating of the day, and then part of it's associated with this kind of line of, well, just a few showers. And I believe this is a warm front here to our south and west. And notice how the activity, the shower activity associated with this is going to stay to our south and west. If you watched yesterday, I did mention this line was going to stay to our south and west, and models are even putting it further south and west. So Evansville, Bowling Green, Kentucky, Paducah, even southern portions of the Louisville metro could see some of that shower activity Monday afternoon into Monday evening. I don't foresee this impacting us at all. Even though this model is trying to bring in a little bit of rain Tuesday morning, I think that's going to stay further south. We go into Tuesday. There are some shower activity further to our north, but for us it does look to stay relatively dry. Now after Wednesday, confidence isn't that high with rain chances, just simply because, well, you'll see here that we're kind of caught between two air masses. So temperatures aren't going to get really warm or cold, but we are looking at temperatures near normal. So that means morning lows in the low to mid 60s, afternoon highs in the mid 80s, going through the middle and latter half of next week. And again, this model looks relatively dry. So there are going to be some rain chances in the region, whether it's to our south or to our north. But right now it looks like we're going to be kind of caught in between, where we're actually staying on the drier side of things. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week, if you check out the Fox 19 First Alert weather app and look at the details of the days, I did mention a slight chance of rain, but it does look more dry than wet. And that's why I didn't put it in the icons or in the text itself, because it's almost not even warranting a mention. But I'm mentioning it just that way you know what I'm thinking, and that way you kind of hear my thoughts on that, because, again, this region does have the opportunity to see daily afternoon pop-up chances, but it does not look significant, nor does it look like anything like an MCS event, kind of like what we had last week with those showers and storms. But the 7-day forecast here, we have, I did include the slight chance for this afternoon because it does show a little bit more, looks a bit more apparent to our eastern counties this afternoon. Friday, mostly sunny, and I did mention the breeziness for tomorrow because we could see wind gusts as high as 20, 25 miles per hour, even close to 30 miles per hour for our northern counties for tomorrow. And that's behind that frontal system, which is going to allow for cooler air into the tri-state. And remember, I've mentioned this before. If you see a change in temperatures, a dramatic change in temperatures, there's got to be some change in energy, and sometimes that means stronger storms. Sometimes it means a lot of rain, and sometimes it means breezy conditions. And in this case, that is the case, breezy conditions. So again, gusts are not going to be super impressive, but enough to, if you're going out for a walk in the afternoon, it does require the chapstick for your Friday afternoon. And if you're going to be going any of those activities or festivities in the region, could see a little bit of debris flying around from the wind, but nothing that's going to cause any kind of power outages, nothing like that. Friday night to Saturday, very crisp start to the day. Morning lows will be in the mid-50s, afternoon highs in the upper 70s. And I did knock down temperatures on Sunday, 79, because the morning low looks to be a little bit cooler too, 56 Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, 79. And we also have the Cincinnati Open taking place over up in Mason. And the 7-day, I forgot to add it, that's my fault. FC Cincinnati is playing on Friday, continuing on with the Leagues Cup. But we go into Monday next week. The Reds are back in town, high of 82, and then we're going to make our way back to those mid-80s on Wednesday. And as I said, going beyond Wednesday, temperatures look to stay near normal into the mid-80 range, and morning lows will be generally into the mid 60s. Now, that doesn't necessarily reflect on what the Climate Prediction Center is saying, as they do have temperatures near or above normal. The data I've seen suggests that it'll be near normal. So we're not looking at any kind of major, heat waves. We're not looking at consecutive days in the 90s going into the middle and beginning latter half of August. Not to go that far out. We don't want to rush time. We want to take our time, because we're counting down the days. The days of summer are winding down. But rainfall, we're not looking at also anything significant out of that. We're not looking at overly dry conditions. We're not looking at overly wet conditions. And this is an indication of, we do have those pop-up chances, but it does not look significant. So that's why there's a lot of gray in our region for the precipitation outlook for the next 2 weeks. Now, the next 3 to 4 weeks, we do have temperatures near normal. So like I said, we're not looking at anything too drastic going through the end of August. And also when it comes to rainfall, we're not looking at anything too crazy with that either. So we need the rain, and it's not going to fully deliver in this forecast here in the tri-state. So we'll go back real quick, double check the forecast model with the rain chances today to our east. And again, we're not looking at anything too significant out of it. It's just going to be a couple of pop-ups at best for our eastern counties. Can't forget our eastern counties. That's where I'm from. And also our western counties. This is where our intern was from last year, Oliver, who is proudly going to be working at our sister station in northern Indiana. So we go into Thursday afternoon, so this afternoon, this evening, and there's that line, a chance for a pop-up. Can't be ruled out going into the afternoon and evening hours. We go after sunset, things will calm down. And I don't see any threats to anything strong. I don't even see even thunder out of this. Maybe rumble of thunder, maybe, but I think it's just going to be light shower activity myself from what I've been looking at. But again, after today, things do improve humidity-wise, and temperatures do get much cooler going into the weekend, into next week. Now, next week, temperatures will rebound back in the mid-80s by Wednesday, but otherwise, we are looking at pretty dry conditions over the next 7 days. Take a pause here in a moment to look at any kind of questions or comments on our Facebook page, and then we will go ahead and close this off to get ready for Now in the Natty. I got to get things ready for the 3 o'clock newscast and do some graphic updates, and maybe need to do a reboot on these computers up here. But we are going to be looking at, again, pretty good 7-day for all the events that are happening here across the Fox 19 Now viewing area. Here we go. Molly says, hello from Pleasant Plain. We sure do need that rain. Hopefully our pond doesn't shrink away soon. Well, like I said, the rain chances that we've got going on today are looking to our far eastern counties. And then other than that, it does look pretty dry. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen for your pond. Vonda says, kids are going back to school. My granddaughter start back next week. Congratulations and well wishes for your kids on a successful and fun school year. I remember when I was growing up, I loved school. I loved learning. I was a dork. I'll fully admit that. I'll wear it with a badge of honor. Okay, my Facebook page, people saying they can hear me and see me. Good to see that. So, back to school season's here. We've got a lot of stories, of course, with back to school here on Fox 19. We've got a lot of resources, too. You can go to fox19.com, and there's actually a section called Back to School on the top. You'll be able to select that and see all of our lovely reporters and anchors talking about, different things that revolve around going back to school. And on topic of discussion earlier this morning on the Morning X, as I got to fill in, I always enjoy the opportunity to be on delivering the forecast here at Fox 19 whenever I'm given that opportunity. And Jordan, Ken were asking about when it comes to school lunches, were you the one that bought the lunches at the school, or did you pack your lunch? And I was, the majority of the time, I was packing my lunch. It was usually a PB&J or a deli ham on a sandwich bread, that kind of thing, because I was usually working out after school and I was wanting to have a pretty consistent, solid diet. And whenever I didn't pack, I would often have, I would circle the calendar on the days where I knew there was going to be some good food. because they gave us a calendar and we knew what food to expect. And it was usually those square pizzas. I don't know if you, whenever you were in school, high school, middle school, they had those square pizzas, had little cube pepperonis, what appeared to be fake cheese. It probably wasn't the healthiest for you, but it's nostalgic. And I was talking about on the air about chili, bowls of chili in the wintertime or late winter. And our school would serve it with peanut butter sandwiches. Now, I think it's an Appalachian thing, and where I'm from, it's technically, geographically speaking, on the edge of Appalachia, Highland County. And I will say, culturally speaking, very much Appalachian, southeastern Highland County. You can see the hills rolling through where I grew up at. But always, every winter, we had chili and peanut butter sandwiches. It was a delight. Now, some of my family had peanut butter and onion sandwiches, or peanut butter and pickle sandwiches. I am not bold enough to try that, although, as I get older, I might be willing to try it, but right now, just not for me. Hey, Angie chiming in on our Fox 19 Facebook page saying, love the pizza. There's a website where you can buy them, but they are expensive. Yeah, I'm not going to spend a bunch of money on on that pizza. If it's going to be available somewhere, I'm going to definitely try it, but otherwise, thanks though. That's good to know. That's good to know. Hey, Vonda and Angie both. Peanut butter sandwich is a must with chili. Ooh, Vonda says have it with honey. Honey and peanut butter sandwiches. That's actually a pretty good combo. I've had that before. But yeah, if you're going to have a bowl of chili, you got to have the peanut butter sandwich with it. And when I lived out in South Dakota, they didn't do that. They did something very unique. I'm not judging. It's very, I can't say, it would be too much for me. But what they did out there, and I think it was like a South Dakota, Minnesota, North Dakota thing, or even Nebraska, is they would have a bowl of chili with cinnamon rolls. Hey, that sounds like a very hearty meal. And given how cold it is out there in the wintertime, maybe that's what you need to do to survive out there. But I can't imagine a full cinnamon roll with like the icing and all that with a bowl of chili. That sounds like a lot. And it's not necessarily the sweet and savory aspect. It's just a lot, very hearty. So, hey, if you know somebody that maybe you're watching and you are from South Dakota or Minnesota, let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if it's really good or not. I've not heard of that until I moved out there. But every region, every culture has a little bit of differences with how they have different foods and whatnot. So it's really cool to learn that kind of stuff. So, yeah, taught Ken and Jordan something different this morning with chili and peanut butter sandwiches. Angie says their mother-in-law likes tuna sandwiches with their chili. Hey, that's different. And hey, if you like it, that's what's most important. I'm imagining tuna salad, or is it like an actual like tuna like cooked on bread? If it's tuna salad, that's not necessarily a sweet and savory, but more of a hot and cold thing, which that's fascinating. Kind of like in the summertime, you have baked beans and potato salad. That's kind of that hot and cold balance. So that could be something that, hey, might be worth trying. Okay, Angie said tuna salad. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so I believe that is all the time we have here for our 19 at Noon show. So thank you all so much for joining. And again, we got to get things prepped up for now in the Natty. That's going to be at 12:30 here on Fox 19. And I got to get things ready for the 3 o'clock show. And I also got to get some stuff prepped for Steve Horsemeyer as he's coming in this afternoon. And we'll have the forecast at 5 o'clock here on Fox 19. So thank you all so much for joining us. Got a lot of things coming your way, not only for the forecast, but also we've got things prepped for the Bengals preseason game. We've also got a lot of back-to-school stuff going on here at Fox 19, and just a lot of excitement, a lot of expansion. So that being said, thank you so much for joining us here on this Thursday edition of 19 at Noon.